Welcome to this video, I guess. Welcome to this video. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to answer the top 3 questions that I get about movies, about my former acting career. So I don't tend to talk a lot about my job as an actor. And it's not because I'm trying to run away from it or because I hated it and it was awful and I'm trying to bury it. It's nothing like that. It's just that, how often do you talk about what you did when you were 14? Right? I'm 39. It was a really long time ago. So there are just more recent, interesting things to talk about. So I don't tend to talk about it a lot. But I get it. You guys have questions and I'm happy to answer them. So I thought I would do it this way. So here we go. Top 3 movie questions that I get. The first one, why did you quit acting? I worked as an actor from the ages of 4 to 22. It's a really long time. And so I left my job for probably the same reasons that anybody else leaves any job. I didn't really like it anymore. For a long time, I really liked my job. And then I just sort of didn't. The downsides of the film industry were becoming more apparent to me. It's this constant striving to be more successful, more famous, the constant competition, the focus on physical appearance, all of that stuff. It wasn't really what I wanted for my life. I wanted to try something new. It was my entire life. It was all I had ever known. And so I just kind of wanted a new job. And so I think that it's a pretty common thing to want to change and do something new. But if it's about the film industry, I think it seems really unusual. But I hoped that there was going to be something out there in the real world outside of Hollywood that made me feel more fulfilled, that made me happy, something that I could feel passionate about, because acting was not doing that for me anymore. So that's the short answer. And I don't mean to go into sales mode or anything here, but I literally wrote an entire book about this. See, it's called Do You Look Like That Girl? And I talk about why I left LA. I talk about what it was like growing up in the film industry and what happened when I realized that that wasn't my dream anymore. So anyway, if that short answer does it for you, awesome. If you want more detail, You Look Like That Girl. It's an entire book. So let's move on to question 2. Question 2 is, what was it like to work with Robin Williams? And so question 2 is always one that still gets me a little bit choked up, because Robin was an incredible person. He was wonderful. I loved him very much. He was very important to me. And he was funny, but not always. There was so much more to him than that. It wasn't like you were constantly bombarded by jokes and imitations. He was just a great guy to sit down and have lunch with. And Robin was very open with me about his issues with addiction, with depression, and I really admired that about him, that he was so willing to talk to me about that stuff and be open, and he wanted to try to keep me from going down some of the paths he had. So yeah, Robin was amazing, and I am so grateful that I had the chance to know him, and it's still very difficult to believe that he is gone. All right, question 3. Question 3 is, under what circumstances would I go back to being an actor, if any? So this question always comes in a bunch of different iterations. People ask, would I do a cameo? Would I do an independent film? Would I do a Star Wars movie? Here's my answer. At this point, I cannot imagine under what circumstances I would want to go back to being an actor. I just can't. I'm now a writer. I live in Virginia with my husband and my dog. I have this really beautiful life where I teach writing and I write books and I do speaking events and I teach yoga, and I really like it. I'm very happy. And so it's hard to imagine what would happen that would make me want to kind of go back to being an actor. That being said, I don't believe you should ever cut anything out completely. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, hell no, no way ever will I ever act again. I'm not going to say that, because life is strange and you never really know anything. But it's hard for me to think about wanting to do that again, because I'm just really happy. I'm good with how things are now. So, all right, those are the top 3. There are tons more. I opened up this question on social media, and I love that I got so many questions. So I think I want to make this a series, and I will keep answering the questions that you have asked me, because I totally appreciate the the opportunity to kind of have conversations with you guys and communicate, because I really like that. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I will be back with more answers soon. Have a great day.